Hello soulmates, I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew this trendy bralette summer dress that you're seeing right here. This is the front part. It has an oval shape at the waistline. As you can see, this is the waistline. It has an oval shape. And here is the back view. So if this is something you like to learn, keep on watching and let's get started. So here's my fabric. I'm making use of 3 layers of Ankara fabric. You can use any fabric of your choice, okay? So first thing, I'll go ahead and fold my fabric in a triangular form as you see me doing. Go ahead and fold it this way. So now from my shoulder to my under bust is 15 inches. Shoulder to under bust is 15 inches. I'll go ahead and take out 5 inches from it. So I have 10 inches, okay? So now I'll go ahead and chop down 10 inches round, okay? So I'll start from this point. I'll chop down my 10 inches round. Just watch the way I'm doing it, okay? So after that, I'll go ahead and connect it together. And from that 10 inches, I'll come down by 1 inches for my sewing allowance. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is what I have. This is my bralette. I'll go ahead and cut out 4 pieces of it. So here I have 4 pieces of it, okay? The other one will serve as my lining, and the other 2 will serve as my main fabric. So next, for my rope, this is what I have here. The length is 50 inches, okay? The length is 50 inches. I have 2 pieces of it here, and the height is 2 inches. So now I'll go ahead and fold it into 2 this way. I'll fold it into 2 and I'll go ahead and sew it down. Okay, I'll sew it down. And after that, I'll bring it out and I'll give it a good press. So after I was done sewing, this is what I have. I brought it out from this side. Make sure you give it a very good press, okay? So now I'll go ahead and place it on my bralette. This is the right side, okay? On the right side of your bralette, place it this way. This way. Can you see what I'm doing? Place it this way. So now I'll bring in my the lining part of it, right side facing right side, and I'll place it this way on it. Make sure you arrange it very well. So after that, I'll go ahead and sew it round this way. Okay, I'll go ahead and sew it. So let's go and do that. So after I was done sewing, this is what I have. Make sure you give it a very good press. Okay. So now we'll be overlapping this part. I'll come in by 1 inches and I'll go ahead and place it this way on it. Okay. Make sure you overlap it this way. After that, I'll run a gather stitch on it round and I'll go ahead and gather it together. Okay. So let's go and do that. So guys, this is what I have. I'll go ahead and gather it together. Okay. Just watch what I am doing. So this part, I'll gather it to my underbust circumference divided by 4. This is what I have. This part also, I'll repeat the same process. Divide your underbust by 4, whatever you have. That is what we'll be using here. Okay. This is what I have. So now I'll keep this aside. Let's work on the waist part. Okay. So here is my fabric. My fabric is on fold. Okay. And this point is my bust line, my under bust line. This is my under bust line, and then my waistline. Okay, my bust line is 11.5, my under bust is 15, and my waistline is 18.5. Okay, so now I'll go ahead from the under bust line. This point. I'll come up by 2 inches. From the under bust line, I'll come up by 2 inches, and from the same under bust line, I'll go in by 3 inches. Okay. This is for the oval shape at the waistline. This is how to get it, okay? From the under bust, come up by 2 inches. And from the same under bust, go in by 3 inches, okay? So now I'll go ahead and connect them this way using my curve ruler. Then I'll blend it in. This is what I have. Make sure you blend it. So now I'll go ahead and divide my waist circumference by 4. Whatever I have, I'll chalk it down plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. I will chalk it down. So what I have here is 9 inches. I will chalk it down. Then after that, I'll go ahead and connect it together. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out. I'll be adding 0.5 seam allowance round. This is what I have. So now I notice the upper part, that is this part, is a bit high. I'll go ahead and reduce it a bit by half inches. That's this part. I came up by 2 inches. So now I want to make it 1.5 inches. So I'll reduce that part by half inches. So this is what I have, okay? So this is for our waistline. I'll go ahead and cut it out into two. I'll cut out another one of it, okay? So let's do that. So after I was done doing that, this is what I have. I have two pieces of it, okay? So now I'll go ahead and place my bralette on it this way. This is my bralette. I'll place it on it this way. Right side facing right side. And I'll go ahead and pin it down. But before doing that, I'll take out 1 inches on both sides of my waist, okay? I'll take out 1 inches. This is for joining at the side. So I'll go ahead and take out 1 inches on both sides. Then after that, I'll go ahead and pin them together. Just watch what I'm doing. Go ahead and pin it this way. So I'm making sure they are both equal before I start pinning down. So before doing that, I'll fold my bralette into two to get the midpoint. This is the midpoint, okay? So I'll place it this way, midpoint to midpoint. Then I'll go ahead and pin it down. Please make sure the both midpoints are facing each other, okay? It's very important. Then I'll also go ahead and pin this side. Arrange this very well and pin down. This is what I have, okay? So now I'll bring in the lining part of it. And I'll pin it down also. Use your lining to cover your gathers this way. Okay, then I'll sew it round. So let's go and do that. So guys, after I was done sewing it down, this is what I have. This is the oval shape, looking so neat, okay? And as you can see on both sides, I have 1 inches left on both sides. This is what I have. So now let's go back to our waist belt, okay? I'll go ahead and measure out what I have here. I'll go ahead and measure out what I have here. What I have here is 4.5, okay? So I'm making use of 3.5 for my waist belt, okay? The height here is 3.5 and the length is 25 inches. The height is 3.5 and the length is 25 inches. So on both sides of this end, I'll come down by 1 inches. Okay, I want to take out 1 inches on both sides. Then I'll connect it back to the other side this way. Just watch what I'm doing. I don't want the waist belt to be straight. So I took out 1 inches from on both sides of the other end. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. Cut out this part also. So this is what we have here, okay? This is what we have here. So now I'll go ahead and cut out 4 pieces of it. I'll be needing 4 pieces of it, okay? So here I have 4 pieces of my waist belt. 2 will serve as my lining and the other 2 will serve as my main fabric, okay? So now I'll go ahead and sew it round this way, leaving this part open. So sew it round this way, then leave this part open, okay? And from this part that is open, you bring it out, okay? From this part, you go ahead and bring it out. So let's go and do that. So before doing that, I'll be using these pieces for my loop, okay? This is what I have for the loop. I'll go ahead and fold it in this way. Just watch what I'll be doing. Fold it this way, then I'll top stitch on it, okay? Then top stitch on it. So let's go and do that. So after I was done sewing, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to bring it out and also giving it a good press. This is for my loop, so make sure you give it a good press. So now for the loop, I'll go ahead and cut out to 2 inches into two. I need just two pieces of it, one for the left side and the other side for the right side. Okay, so now this is what I have for my loop. I'll keep that aside. So now I'll bring in my main fabric. This is my fabric. I'll bring it in this way. Go ahead and open it up this way. Then I'll place my loop on this side. Just watch what I'm doing. At this point, I'll place my loop at that point. This way. Then I'll go ahead and pin it down. Make sure you pin it down. And this is what I have. So now I'll bring in my waist belt. From the down part, I'll come up by 1 inches. Okay. I'll come up, this is my 1 inches, and I'll go ahead and pin down my belt. Pinning down, and this is what I have. So now I use this other side, which is the lining part, to cover it up this way. Then I'll go ahead and sew it down. Okay, I'll put the same process on this other side. I'll pin down my loop on it, then place my waist belt. After that, cover it up this way and sew. So let's go and do that on both sides. Okay, so after I was done sewing it down, this is what I have, looking so neat. This is my loop and also my waist belt. Okay, so now we'll go over to the gathers part. So now I'll go ahead and measure out my front waistline. This is my front waistline. What I have here is 16 inches. So 16 times 3 is what I'll be cutting out. Okay, so here is my fabric for it. The length here is 16 times 3, which is 48 inches. So what I have here as a length is 48 inches. Okay, 48 inches, and the height is 21 inches. If you want it shorter or longer, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and gather it together. So I'm done gathering it together, and this is what I have. So now I'll place the upper part on it this way. I'll go ahead and place the upper part on it this way, making sure the right side is facing the right side. So on both ends of my gathers, I'll be leaving 1 inches on both ends. I'll be using the 1 inches to sew the back part of it. Okay, so measure out 1 inches, and from that 1 inches point, that's from this point, then you pin down the upper part, just as you see me doing. This side also, go ahead and leave 1 inches on the other side. Bring out your 1 inches on this side. Then after that, you pin it down. Make sure you arrange your gathers very well. Then after that, I'll go ahead and sew it down. So guys, I'm done sewing it down, and this is what I have, looking so neat. Okay, this is what I have. So now we'll go back to the back part of it. This is the 1 inches on both sides that I left. So now I'll bring in my other fabric. The length and the height is the same thing as the front part. The length is 48 and the height is 21. So now I'll go ahead and fold in my fabric. I'll be folding it once. Okay, just fold it once and sew it down. So this is it, I'm done sewing it down. This is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and pass in my elastic. Okay, for my elastic, my waist divide by 4. This is what I have here. Divide your waist into 4, and this is what I have. My waist divide by 4. Okay, make sure you divide your waist into 4. Then I'll pass it into this channel this way. Keep on dragging it. Okay, So this end, make sure you secure it with a pin. Once your elastic get to that end, make sure you hold it down with a pin and continue dragging. So this is what I have. I'm done doing that. So now I'll go ahead and pin this part down also. So this is what I have for the back. Make sure you arrange it very well, just as you see me doing. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and top stitch on both sides to hold it down. And after I'm done doing that, here is the front part. I'll place it this way, right side facing right side. Then I'll go ahead and sew them together. Okay. I'll go ahead and sew it down this way, and I'll also sew the other side. So let's go and do all of that. So after I was done sewing them, this is what I have. Make sure you also sew the hemline. So now I'll show you guys how to wear this summer dress. Go ahead and pass your rope on this loop, okay, this way. Then cross this other side and pass your rope on this other rope. After that, you go ahead and tie them together. Then for the waistband, you also go ahead and tie the waistband together. So that is it for this tutorial, guys. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and also share. Please, guys, drop a comment on this video, okay? Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, okay, for more videos. So see you all in my next class. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.